It is a well-founded fact that if you want to improve cardiovascular or heart health, you want to do some aerobic exercise, you want to keep moving, you want to eat whole foods from nature that are rich in healthy fats, you want to have a lot of antioxidants, you don't want any processed foods or added sugars and all this other good stuff, right? But what do we have in terms of supplements for boosting cardiovascular health? Which ones work, which ones don't? What's the top? And I want to talk about a very unique secondary option. This is not medical advice. This is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, prevent any disease. Talk to your doctor if you have cardiovascular conditions. Disclaimer. What's a unique supplement that might be good, at least mechanistically? So what do we have in terms of the top supplements? Well, we have garlic. We have cocoa polyphenols. In other words, antioxidants from dark chocolate. And we have nitrates, the good nitrates, not sodium nitrates, the kind we find in beets or leafy greens, for example, that help us to produce more nitric oxide and open up our blood vessels to deliver more blood to the heart, right? And so it makes sense that those would be beneficial. But what I want to talk about today that is also a venotropic, first off, what is a venotropic? It's something that improves blood flow back to the heart, right? It promotes the flow of blood through the veins back to the heart, right? And we know that for the most part, at least, of course, blood is pumped out by the heart through arteries, right? And delivers oxygenated blood to your tissues. They use it up, and then the deoxygenated blood goes through the veins and back to the heart, with the exception of the pulmonary veins, of course. So oxygenated blood, right? And so if we have anything that's going to help that to happen, like aerobic exercise does, or some of those aforementioned supplements and healthy foods, then that's going to be a good thing for cardiovascular health. So venotropics still utilized for chronic venous insufficiency. And that's basically when you just get blood pooling in the legs for the most part, or the extremities, it's typically the legs, and your body has a tough time getting that blood back to the heart to support cardiovascular health. Also, if somebody had been sitting for a long time and they have blood pooling in the legs, or even varicose veins, right? Those dilated veins that you can see in somebody's leg, right? So to reduce them, right? And so a very interesting secondary option that we have, by the way, a primary option, which we mentioned, are cocoa polyphenols, nitrates, and garlic, in terms of natural supplementation for supporting cardiovascular health, are the best proven supplements with the most research. The results have been replicated, and they're extremely safe. Okay, that's pretty much what makes something a primary option for any category, right? And in this case, again, it's cardiovascular health. Now, we have many secondary options, but one interesting one is pycnogenol. So what is pycnogenol? Well, it is a patented form of pine bark extract. And the difference is, they utilize this in the UK often, by the way. The difference is it's standardized for procyanidins. And those are the bioactive compounds that we find in pine bark, which is extracted from some French maritime tree, I believe, by the way. Don't quote me on that. That are responsible for improving blood flow back to the heart. And how does this quite do that? Right? And by the way, it's 65 to 75% procyanidins, so it has a good concentration of them. Procyanidins are just a fancy word for antioxidants, a type of antioxidant, polyphenols, if you were curious, right? And so the way that it helps to support cardiovascular health is it is rich in these antioxidants, and things rich in antioxidants typically improve blood flow, whether it be to the brain or to the heart, right? And so that's why we'd love to have a lot of antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables, things like blueberries and blackberries and raspberries and whatever, a bunch of stuff we could talk about forever here. Dragon fruit, right? Many things. But aside from the antioxidant properties in pycnogenol, it also increases levels of nitric oxide. It supports nitric oxide synthesis, so the production of nitric oxide. And that is a gaseous amino acid or building block of proteins. And in this case, it's not for the purpose of building proteins. Amino acids have many different functions throughout the body. They could be enzymes, or they could be for building proteins, or they could be for all sorts of different things. And in this case, we have the production of something called nitric oxide that opens up our blood vessels and helps our body to deliver blood, oxygen, and nutrients to many tissues throughout the body, including the heart. Pycnogenol also supports the health of the capillary wall, and that's a very nice thing in supporting heart health, because it keeps it nice and fluid, prevents it from getting too rigid, and helps it to be healthy and improves blood flow back to the heart and to other parts of the body. So it increases antioxidants like vitamin E, vitamin C, and glutathione, the master antioxidant in the body. and acts as an antioxidant directly in itself. Interestingly, it was shown to outperform, I believe the drug was Daflin, in a trial for the purpose of providing blood flow back to the heart and being a venotropic, right? So tropic improves really the performance of something, like a nootropic, is for cognitive performance, and veno is, of course, veins and blood vessels and things like that, right? So it makes total sense that that's why it's called that. And it outperformed it, right? And that's some drug that they utilize for this purpose often. But it's very interesting because pycnogenol is all natural, and again, it's extracted from pine bark, right? That tree. And so, how much would we like in a day? And what do we have in terms of the evidence? Now, the reason it's a secondary option, as great as it might seem, is because this is majorly based on its mechanistic effects or its mechanisms of action, more so than the proof being in the pudding in human clinical trials. There are some trials, there are a few. We do need some more for supporting pycnogenol's use as an effective venotropic, and to stack up there with things that are extremely effective, like our nitrates and cocoa polyphenols and our garlic, right, and other synthetic drugs as well, of course. Right? But it's based on mechanisms of action, and the problem is most of the trials, if not pretty much all of them, have been done by that company in the UK that patented pycnogenol, right? So there is a high risk of bias there, and we do have to take that type of evidence with a grain of salt, of course. But it does seem very promising, and I believe it's going to potentially move up on this list in the years to come. Okay, so 100 to 200 milligrams would be the dose with the first meal of the day if somebody's looking to take pycnogenol. And it's also good for other purposes. Interestingly, aside from being an antioxidant and boosting nitric oxide, it has anti-inflammatory properties as well. And very fascinatingly, it acts locally at the synovial joint. So the knee is a synovial joint, the elbow is a synovial joint. It has that synovial fluid in there. And we know with osteoarthritis, that wear and tear that occurs over time, form of arthritis, right? Well, we get degradation or the breakdown or the loss in size of that cartilage, right? Whether it be the meniscus in the knee or whatever cartilage anywhere really else in a synovial joint, right? And so what it does is it acts locally at the synovial joint, does pycnogenol, to reduce inflammation and to maintain thicker cartilage, to slow down the breakdown of cartilage. So a very fascinating supplement, pycnogenol, also again known as pine bark. It is the patented form of that. So that is what we got for you guys today. We have a very special birthday today. It's Anthony Boccard's birthday. Happy birthday, brother. This one is 100% for you. I'm repping Super You right now, and so do you, in an absolutely fantastic and unique and pure and really better way than I could ever ask for anybody to represent Super You. And you represent an amazing person in yourself. You should see he's Ant That a Bitch is his handle on here if you guys would like to check him out. Again, at Ant That a Bitch. He does some amazing stuff, from doing jump rope on a tire to all these crazy types of push-ups and leaps. He could jump higher than my house, You're like the most interesting man in the world. I've said that on your previous birthdays at Wen Wellness. But you set a great example for other people in how to be healthy and how to uniquely approach fitness. And I really respect that, and I respect you as a person, and I love you, brother. So we'll be family for life. This one's for you, and I'm about to sing to your ass. I hope you had a great day today. I hope you have a great day. You still got the whole day. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anthony Boccard. Happy birthday to you. So many more, brother. You're as young as you keep yourself. And I was reading up today on the 8 things you want to do to improve biological age along the lines of lowering blood pressure and cholesterol and exercising, having a healthy diet and all this stuff, lowering BMI, which I don't love BMI. We'll talk about that another time. But you're keeping yourself young, my friend. Your biological age is much lower than your chronological age. Keep it rolling, brother. Keep it rolling. Who do we got on here? Let's say what's up to everybody. MSCL Love, Anna Fanuga, Devrol, Love of Anor Fan Uganda. I do not accept visitors in my live videos, just because, I don't typically know what somebody is going to bring to the table. I don't want that to tarnish the video. Nothing against you, my friend. But thank you for the interest. Maybe if we had discussed beforehand the types of things you wanted to talk about, there's no ridiculous vulgarity or slander or anything like that, then, because these are educational videos, I like to, do it myself. Cameron August, but thank you. Tommy Reed, appreciate you. Brandon Malone, OG. Can't shake the feeling, OG. Yes, OG. Dave, what's up? I appreciate you so much, brother. Hey, that was a great workout before, man, and I'm kicking it to the beach pretty soon here. But guys, the Olympics are about to start. The finals in rugby sevens, I believe it's Fiji versus France. It's going to be an amazing game. I got to go watch, so we got to get out of here. I think it starts in like 2 minutes. So go check it out. Try to find that. It's the Olympics. I mean, it's once every 4 years. You should go watch it. Sabrina, what's up, girl? Oates, Tommy Reed, I appreciate that very much. Dave, Beast from the East, absolutely, brother. My pleasure. Thank you. Thanks, Joshy Joe, my man. Jay Pitt Ass, what's up, beautiful girl? Meg, what's up? How you doing? Dave, you're the best, Meg. Joshy Joe, Tommy Reed, My Life on Earth, Dianova, and Robert. As for now, so we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when. You are goddamn right. We'll see you then. Have an amazing day. Thanks so much. Happy When Wellness. We'll see you guys. Go watch the Olympics. Then get outside.